Sure.
So let's try to write code for reversing a linked list. Now what we have is we have one, we have two, we have three. Okay. Now I want please write a code for reversing the linked list. The linked list. So how can we do that? Okay. Let's try to think. What it looks like? None. It looks like this. One, null, two, three. This is the output. I want to make
Okay.
like this. I want to reverse the linked list. Like my links are one, two, three. Now I want to make three, two, one as my links. How we can do that? Let's try to understand. Okay. So for this, we have two ways. One is a bad way and one is a good way. What one trivial way, what we can think of is how we can do it. One, two. Okay. Now, one trivial way, what we can do is we can instead of changing the links, can I change the data? Can I reverse the data? Yes, I can. I what
Yep.
I can do is I can keep a vector in V. I push all the elements present in linked list, present in linked list inside it. Let's say one, two, and three. And what I will do, I will reverse this. Instead of reversing my linked list, I will reverse this. Three, two, one. And then what will I do? Copy back, copy the data to linked list. What I am trying to say? Let's try to understand this. Let's try to write a code for it. So,
Okay.
mm, mm, okay. So it started lecture 22, 33, yes, include using using namespace std. We need to include vector as well. Include vector and int main, and then we need to define the class node as well. Class node, and then we need to define the node star next, next in data and make it public and make it in public. When nodes are next we have created, we just take node public node star int val and data is equals to val. So yeah, and next equals to null. We have created a linked list also. Let's try to create one. So node star head is equals to new node, let's say one, and then let's say create node star second is equals to new node two, and similarly node star third is equals to new node three. Let's try to connect them. How we will connect? Head dot next is equals to
Okay.
second, and second dot next is equals to third. Next is equals to third. So we have created a linked list one, two, three. Now what I want to do, I want to reverse this linked list. So what I will do, I will call the function void. You can say node star, reverse, linked list. What it takes a linked list itself ahead. Fine. Now what I'll do, I'll define a vector in V. Now what I will do, I'll copy all the elements present inside a linked list. So how will I do that? I will create a temporary variable, node star temp, because I need to traverse the linked list. I need a temporary variable. So I define a temporary variable head, and I will traverse till my node becomes new. Okay, that's fine. And what I will do, I will push the temps data into my vector. Push my temps data inside my vector. So basically, I push my vector. What I need to do next in the traversal, temp is equals to temp dot next. Temp is equals to temp dot next. So we have successfully put all the elements inside our linked list into a vector. Fine. Now what I will do, I will reverse the vector, not my linked list now. I will reverse my vector. Take in dot n. So this is how we can using the STL library. Okay, using STL, I think I'm using vector libraries only.
Yeah.
Basically, it's a standard function to reverse a linked list. Okay. So basically, we reverse a vector. So we have reversed the vector. Now my vector becomes 3, 2. What I will do, I'll copy the elements. See, this is smart move. I will copy back the
Mm-hmm.
elements. Temp is equal to, let's say, head again. I will start from again the head. Now I will copy the element. How? Let's see how. Basically, I will say, I will again traverse the linked list. Now this time, I will change the data of the linked list. Instead of doing this, let's try to go with int I is equals to this. And then what we'll do, we'll set temp dot data
Mm-hmm.
is equals to v of I. We have changed
Yeah.
the data, and we will just do I plus plus, and we will do a temp is equals to temp dot. This is it, and just return the head. So you can say this is done. Then you can say head is equals to reverse linked list, reverse linked list, and you just pass the head. And let's try to print it as well. Let's try to add the print function. Void print what it state node star head. Let's take a node star temp is equals to head. Let's say while temp is not equals to null, count temps dot data, and we just post it, and temp is equals to temp dot next. Yeah. So basically we have done it. Yep. Let's try to see. Then it, it should be, yeah. Let's try to see. It should successfully reverse the list. Okay, there's some message its reverse was not declared. Okay. I think we have to include the algorithm to include the STL library. Algorithm. Okay. We got 3 to 1, right?
Yep.
Before that, let's try to print what it was before reversing it. Let's try to see. Print this out and then 0, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now it was 3, 2. Fine. Now it's a good question. Without using vector, can we do? Can we do that without using any vector? Let's try to think. Can we do like this is a very standard way of solving linked list problems. So what we do, we just copy all the data into a vector. We perform the operation on the vector, and then we reverse. And then we do the thing, revert back the changes in the linked list. That's how I do. I just iterated on the linked list, copy the data into a vector, do the operation on the vector, copy back the data in the linked list. This is a one way to solve any English problem, because it becomes very simpler, because you have a good command over vector, but you don't have a very good command on English, right? You can't do maybe indexing in a linked list. You have to iterate, you have to change the links. It's very difficult. Reversing in a vector is very easy. So yeah, this is one way. Now this is a good way. So with the help of pointers, with the help of actual English operations, to change the reversal English. Okay. Method
Okay.
2. Reversal English. Method 2. Let's try to understand. What I will do is, see, 1, 2, 3. Eventually what it looks like null. It looks like 2. And it looks like 3. Fine. So what I want to do, let's try to keep a variable as ref,
Okay.
and obviously which is inversely initialized with null, node star, node star ref is equals to null. So we initialize it, and we also obviously we need a temporary variable to traverse the linked list. Temp is equals to you can say our head only. Fine. Now what I will do, I will reverse the link. How will I reverse the link? Let's try to see. While temp is not equals to null,
Okay.
what I will do is I will say, firstly, let's try to store the next node of 1, because we want to reverse the link between 1 and 2, right? So basically, we
Yep.
need the next of them. Let's say node star, next node is equals to temp.next. Okay, fine, fair enough. Now, what I need to do? I need to reverse the link. What is the meaning of reversing? And okay, next node dot next
Yep.
becomes what? Next node dot next becomes you can say before temp.
Next.
See, let's try to understand. It's very important to understand.
Okay.
And so what we are doing here is, so firstly, temp is not equals to null. Node star next one, we are storing this two first. Before that,
Yep.
instead of doing this, firstly we need to store this temp. Okay. And then what we are doing is, we are defining uh, temp temp next is ref, and then we are defining rev is equals to temp. I will just write the code and then I'll explain you.
Yeah.
Temp, and then we will just write temp is equals to X. Let's try to understand what happens here. What we have done is, firstly, what we have done, we have defined a next node of temp.next. So what we have stored this. So we do not lose this. Okay, in
Yep.
first operation, what I'm doing is I'm changing this link to this. Null.
Okay.
So what we are doing, our temp is pointing to here. So I'm doing, firstly, I stored this too, so that I do not lose it. I store this. Okay, fine. And what I have done is, I have done temp.next is equals to prep, because I want to reverse it, right? So my prep is initially,
Okay. So
okay.
just reverse. Okay.
Basically, what we have done, instead of going to this side, we are doing a prep. So basically, temp.next is equals to prep. Prep was initially null. Fine. Now I update my prep to temp. My pref becomes now this one in the next operation, pref. And now I need to iterate also further, but I can't do now temp equals to temp dot next, because now temp dot next is this side. So instead of that, I already stored the address of 2 here. So I will
Yep.
directly go to that address. Temp is equals to next node. You're able to understand? We use
Yes.
temp here. Now I will again do the same operation. What I will do? Now my temp is 2. My next node is 3 and my prev is
Yep.
1. Now let's try to understand with the help of this. So what I will do? I calculated the next node of temp dot next, which is 3. Okay. Now I make temp next is prev. Basically, this next is 1. I reverse this thing like this. Okay. 2's next is 1. Okay. Which is prev. Now I again updated the prev. Now prev becomes 2. Now I updated my temp to 3. That's how it works. So I will go so and so on. So let's try to write the code as well. And we'll write. So yeah. Yeah, we have 1 more minute. So quickly, let me just write the code for this as well.
Sure, sure.
Uh, okay, let's try to reverse node star reverse linked list to second method. Just take a head. It's a difficult to understand but easier to write. Less code it is. No need to copy it as we have a big code here. Here it is very simple to write, but it's difficult to understand slightly. So stem is equals to head. We define a prev is equals to initially to null and fine. And what we need to do is firstly I will iterate while temp not equals to null. And then what we'll do, we'll just firstly store the next node is equal to temp dot next. Then what we'll do, we will do uh, temp dot next
Yep.
is equals to prev, and we'll update the prev as temp, and now we change the temp to next node. We have changed the temp to next node, and at the end we will return prev. Okay, what happens here? Yeah, at the end we return prev here. Why? This time no head. Why? Because our head is changed. You see carefully, our prev is last is pointing to 3. This thing. So I need, and this is my new head. So I want to return the head, right? So my head becomes now last element, which is prev, because I have reversed it already. I will just say it is prev. So head is equals to reverse linked list 2. Yeah. Let's try to see is it working or not. Hopefully it should work. Yeah, it works.